What is going on, everybody? All right, today's the day. We're going to take this bad fella out and see if the Seafoam winter fuel mix helped out. Make sure our fuel and oil have not become tar over the last few months of it sitting in the negative temperature building. As you can see, I'm going to check my tires before I go out. They seemed a little low. It's always a good idea. They're the only thing between you and the ground and walking, so it's always a good moment to check your tire pressure. Besides that, sitting, the cold sucks the air right out of the tires. Don't know why, it just does. Does it to cars, trucks, motorcycles, bicycles, it don't care. But anyway, a few months back, I suggested putting a little Seafoam in your 2-cycle oil and gas mix. Even if your bike is not going to just sit, it will help keep the fuel from freezing in those frigid temperatures. If you caught my last video, I was going to take this out. That was my plan. I was busy. I wanted to show everybody how it will start in 2-degree weather. Unfortunately, a little blizzard rolled through, screwed up my whole plans. But now the weather has flipped within a couple days, melted all the snow, and the roads are dry, so now it's safe to ride. I always say do not get out and ride on snow-packed roads and ice. Doesn't take much for you to go down, break an arm, a wrist, a rib, just anything, because when it goes down, it's slamming you down. It's not laying you down comfortably. All right, anyway, as soon as I finished checking there in the tires, I did all the other maintenance in the fall last year, so I don't have to do anything. Thank God, knock on wood, all the cliche stuff. All right, let's get this out and see if she fires up. We're all going to find out together if it helped. So, this is the first ride of 2021. Like I had previously stated, it is 44 degrees and not 2. But at least we'll check it out and see if the Seafoam helped with the 2 months worth of sitting. But before we get to that, which I didn't think would be an issue because it was kind of a side thing we had going on at the shop, an argument over the fuel filter. But we're going to discuss the fuel filter real quick, at least on my bike, because as people checked out my videos, the only thing they picked up on was the fuel filter at the time was in the different direction than the magnet at the top. As you can see, I have changed over the fuel filter. The magnet is at the top. Why was my magnet at the top before? Because me and another guy had a conversation in the shop about the direction of those fuel filters that come with your kits. They flow either way. Our argument was if you flip them around, they won't allow fuel through and your bike will not run at all. And I told him that's not the case. They are not valved fuel filters. Like a car, some cars have a valved fuel filter. So when the pressure builds up, it keeps pressure in the filter. So the filter only operates 100% one way, because it's got like a little trap doory thing in there that keeps the pressure. How's it going? So anyway, had to let someone through. Anyway, we had the argument about that. So I flipped mine around, which everyone refers to as backwards, I guess, to let the fuel go through the filter, then to the reservoir part with the magnet at the bottom. Now, if there's a bunch of junk in my tank, all of it will be stuck inside of the fuel filter and never make it to the magnet, which there's not a bunch of junk in my tank, but I'm just saying. So this way, the junk can float around your reservoir, stick to the magnet, and then the filter filters out the fine particles. And I get that. But the whole point of it was, and I ran it all summer long, because people had comments, oh man, every time I saw your bike, the fuel filter was on backwards in your last videos. Well, yeah, because I had to leave it on there to prove to him that yes, if you did put it on, either way, your bike would still run. It will still filter fuel. Everybody likes the magnet at the top, and that's how it's supposed to be. But like I said, it's not a concrete directional thing. So if you put yours on backwards, your bike will still run. It will still filter the fuel. It's just that the garbage will be inside the filter and not in the reservoir out here in the outside where you can see it. Because even in my video with my filter backwards, my fuel is always clean. You don't see anything floating in there. If that was the case, I would get the tank sealed or buy a new tank. I'm not fighting rust. That's not good for anything. That is what will clog you up faster than anything. So, having went off on that little fuel filter rant, let's see how hard it is to get this bad fella started after 2 months of sitting. Let's get the show on the road. Turn the fuel on. Make sure our choke lever is all the way up in the choked position. And let's see if it helped or hurt. Well, it didn't hurt. I've done one of these videos in the past, so I know it doesn't hurt. But let's get riding. See how far we have to go before it starts up. Oh, still super cold. So we'll take the choke off it a little bit. Needs a little air to breathe. Alright, she's cold, but she fired right up. I don't have a carburetor full of nasty separated oil and fuel. My fuel never froze. So let's take a little ride down the old bike trail. Alright, take all the choke off there for a second. Still cold, so I'm not gonna hot dog it or anything. Let a little heat get in the motor. She has been sitting. A little view for the folks. Still frozen out, as you can see. She's coming back to life. slow down for the bridge bump. Keep my wheels intact. Hitting bumps and potholes is what really messes up your wheels. There you have it. I'm not saying it was the cure-all, but I'm not saying it didn't hurt either. I put a little sea foam in my regular mix during the summer, just for a little fuel system cleaning, if you will. And to all you folks about the fuel filter, I hope you get a little more sleep at night now. I have flipped it around because I have proved my point. That was just an in-house thing. That's why I never in any video told anyone to flip their fuel filter the opposite way. That was just a little thing between me and another guy. Like I said, I didn't know it was becoming an issue, but I got a lot of messages of, hey man, change your fuel filter around. Hey man, put it back the other way. So just for FYI, I can do machine work, read micrometers, read dial calipers, and I know what way a fuel filter is originally supposed to go in different applications. So thanks for noticing. Alright. If you haven't done the seafoam thing yet, once again, it doesn't hurt. It's 1 ounce per gallon. So if you mix up a gallon of 2-cycle mix, 1 ounce of fuel, or 1 ounce of sea foam, not fuel. You can go in there and it's a little bit of a cleaner for the fuel system. Alright, well I am going to continue a little ride. And I will talk to you folks later. If you did catch the sea foam video months ago and it's helped you out, I'm glad that it has done that. Because like I said, a lot of you have got to leave your bikes out in the elements. And anything that helps me make my life easier, I'm all for it.